Hello everybody and welcome back to One Hub Racing. We are here for another Friday night. Round 16 of Season 12. We head to Russia in Sochi, the Olympic Park. And alongside me in the commentary box, as always, is the one and only Sean. Here we are, Sean, a track which often gets compared to a car park with a few apexes. But overall, hopefully we get a good race here tonight.
Yes, Nick, and thank you very much for the glowing introduction. So we are here at the Russian Grand Prix. The formerly known of that driver really hate this circuit because of the corner cutting games, because you get it very easily on here, and I already said it in Twitter, self-torture is always nicer than driving this circuit. So that's gonna be the quote from the day. And yes, we are also coming on the final closing stages of this season, already round 16, and hopefully we can look forward on this track, even though it is, I think, arguably the most dullest track I think I've ever seen in my entire life. So hopefully the drivers can put on a good show.
Yeah, and this championship, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, Sean, because early on in the season, it was looking like it was all over early on. Red Bull and Danestar looked like they were set to win, but it's turned around, and this tier now, out of our 3 tiers of One Hub Racing, has the smallest gap between both the drivers and the constructors championship. So just 33 points separating the top 2 at the moment. Oh, and Joritz hits the wall with side on his rear tyre as he's trying to warm those softs up at the moment, the hardest compound here available at the Russian Grand Prix.
I don't see any damage, I think, on his right side. Do you see damage? I don't see any actually.
I didn't see it. It looked like he hit it face on, so tire wall against the wall. But just to let everyone know, Baboon J does have a qualifying ban for this event, so he won't be able to go out in qualifying, which is why you see his name clouded out after his first race last week. Didn't start or end too well. He was handed a qualifying ban by the stewards, but nonetheless on board with D-Boy Dan as he comes through this long left-hander. And Sean, I found myself there in an incident on the last lap back in Season 8, I believe, in the wall with the tyre missing on the last lap, fighting for 3rd place. It's a corner where 2 cars, you really need to be giving each other room if you're going to try and go side by side tonight.
Yes, it's also a very tricky corner, because it's almost like the corner that just wants to fool you, You think you are gonna make the corner, but at the end you realize you brake or too early or too late, and you're gonna either corner cut it or running right. So that corner is always a very tricky one, especially when you're going side by side. So I think drivers need to be a little bit careful with that, because it's one of those corners that, it needs to be treated with care.
Yeah, in this last sector that D-Boy Dan's on at the moment, so really it's not an easy last sector. It looks quite easy when you look at it, but when you're trying to push the car, it's really difficult. Some of the traction zones, and as you mentioned, corner cutting, it can really ruin your lap here if you try and take a bit too much of these low and flat curbs here at Russia.
Yeah, and I think drivers also gonna maybe want a higher suspension rate, because the curb surface doesn't really exist on this track, other than turn, I think, the 3rd sector. So, and we already have the fast lap on those hybrids there from CXY with a 30.8, so the pressure is already on.
Definitely is. Yellow flags in Sector 3, riding on board with Ols in his Haas on those Hypersoft tyres at the moment. What sort of strategy, Sean, do you think we'll be looking for our podium tier drivers to be doing tonight?
Well, I think the most obvious strategy is the Hypers to the Ultras, and just around pitting between the pit window of lap 5 till maybe 9. Because the undercut is extremely OP around this track, which has always been the case in the last couple of games. So I think the Hypers to the the Ultras is the much better combination drive. Because, you don't really care with that much tight temps if you're having the right setup on. So, and otherwise, if you have a broken front wing, I think you can still go onto the softs, because, you don't really wear out, and same with the tight temps. So, yeah, I think that the most obviously is going to be the Hypers to the Ultras.
So CXY, the man on top at the moment, he's no stranger to starting on the front row of the grid, is he? Since he joined One Hub Racing back in France, I believe.
Yes.
Liam up there at the moment. We've seen a bit of an improvement from him. But, you know, he had showed promise of early pace early on in the season, and then was involved in quite a few incidents in the middle part. But it feels like the last couple of races, he started to find his feet and his pace again here.
Yeah, he definitely did that, and it's now being unlucky that even though he's now in great momentum, he also getting his incident with both each other. So I don't know if they hate each other, love each other, whatever. You know, but it's unfortunate that they're hitting each other like for now. I think like 3 races in a row now that they have collided with each other. So that's a little bit of a shame, but overall I think Liam's pace, I think just a couple of races ago, you know, from then on, it's massively improved in my opinion. So I think if he get another podium here, I think he will definitely be on to maybe have a good shout at the end of the season, you know, with some great performance.
Definitely that Renault team been scoring quite well with Stevie as well. He took his maiden podium a few races ago. Buffy Dweller, the last couple races, he's been the stewards incident for illegally overtaking with all 4 wheels off the track against another car. Again, This is a track which perhaps can invite that tonight, but you'd have to say he needs to be careful, because if he keeps doing the same sort of maneuver, the stewards are just going to come down harder and harder on him.
Yeah, and I also can completely agree on that with those stewards result, because I just see it every time doing that, and he knows that he gets, you know, he overtakes him illegally. In Monza, I think it was George, and I think in Singapore,
it's White Eagle.
Who it was White Eagle, yeah.
His teammate, yeah.
But yeah, you know, just you have to know by yourself, you know, that he overtook those, you know, those points, you know, on an illegal way. So. And he needs to stop that, you know, because, you know, we see it on the stream, and we know, you know, that it is his fault. But he doesn't do anything about it, you know, to take the position or anything, so...
The time as well, you know, a place like Monza, you know, the time it costs you to give the position back and then try again is nothing compared to, you know, a 5-second time penalty added on after the race. Particularly if there is, you know, a safety car or something that does come out in this game. It can, you know, these penalties can really hurt your race result. But his teammate White Eagle, we spoke to him in the talk show on Sunday. For those of you who don't know, we do a weekly late night talk show, myself and 2-time champion Jono, and we invite some drivers in. He was one of the ones we spoke to last week, Sean, and it was great to get an insight to a driver who, you know, for him to get points is a good result, but it doesn't change his motivation, Sean. He's still here every week, fighting as hard as he can, gets excited for the race, you know, tweets out to us that he's looking forward to it, and it's great to see, because, you know, you've got some top drivers in our prestige tier who, if things aren't going their way, they just quit, which is, you know, someone like White Eagle, he would take an 8th place or 9th place, and it's just amazing to, you know, see the difference between, you know, some of the attitudes and the outlook and views of different drivers.
Yeah, you know, I think drivers need to be, you know, quitting that early, you know, if you know what I mean. You know, if you have just like 1 bad race or 2 bad races, you know, it happens, you know, because everyone has that, you know. I have it as well, you have it as well in the past, and now in the present league race, you know. It's part of the game.
I always say that it's the bad results, Sean, which make the good results, you know, taste even better.
Also that, you know, I never thought of that quote, so I'm actually going to say that, so thanks for that.
That's alright.
Yeah, I think drivers good, you know, it's just a little bit too childish in my opinion, you know, just a little bit, you know, not really, yeah, how do I say this without even swearing, you know, it's not really good for them, you know, just chin up and move on, you know, I always say, you know, you have like a couple of bad races, you know, just improve on that, you know, or just forget about it, think about the present, and then, you know, move on. But a lot of drivers. This
man CXY, he's on a flying lap now. It looks like he could be getting a. Oh no, he's lifted off, so he's backed out of it. But I was just going to say, he's a man that's been on fine form since he joined One Hub Racing in Russia. And he's unfortunately, you know, he's a bit far off of this championship, but the man who's been leading all the way is Danestar, and he, as he begins to start a flying lap now, he's changed his. He's done one, so I think this is his next run. But he's led from the beginning, but the pressure's really on him now. He hasn't had the pace or the results recently, and you have to say that what can this Red Bull man do? Can he, salvage his championship, or is Jorrit and Jonas, the two behind him in the championship, really going to start putting on some pressure and making him sweat? It's 8 points off a race win at the moment, and with this race and 5 more to go, anything's to play for.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened to theirs actually, just...
Oh, that was a big cut.
Yeah, he already changed the OS to 0, so I think he already invalidated the lap time. But, I don't know what happened to him, but I think the pressure just really started on him, when CXY joined the podium tier actually. I think that was like really the moment that he really cracked on the pressure. Because I never seen that before, when a guy leads with by, I think it was almost 100 points, Nick. Correct me if I'm wrong though.
Yeah, I think it was.
And now, it's now almost down to 33, so it's definitely the pressure that's definitely on him, and I think he can't handle it, I think it's almost like a Sebastian Vettel season, so I think I'm gonna get some 8,000 comments, just for saying that from Vettel, so we move on. And yeah, and I think Jorrit, because he's now so consistent, and I find Deza very inconsistent, I think Jorrit is still gonna take the title.
Jorrit, you think Jorrit's gonna take the title?
Yes.
Oh, I still think Danestar's gonna cross the line. Obviously there's no favoritism for any driver, but
no.
He is one of our esports drivers, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if he was to take the crown. But Jorrit, he'd be a deserving champion as well.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. I think Danestar, I find him way too inconsistent. Sometimes he has his high moments, but he has like also too many low points. So he's like so inconsistent with that. You never know. What the results is. In Monza he was okay, but now with like in Singapore, he was just very poor. So that's for me, the inconsistent he shows now in the last couple of races. When CXY has joined, so, and Jorrit is right now just so very consistent, over this last 6-7 races, and I think he's just gonna show that again, even though he's now 7th place right now, but I think he did his lap on Ultras, so I think he's gonna start on his lap on Hypers, I think, at the end of the session.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes left in the session. Buffy Dweller is on a lap, but he's backed out. He's also just on a lap, popped it up into 3rd position, so he's got some pace back here tonight in Russia. Driller Doc's also up to 4th position with his latest effort. He was handed a penalty for an incident in Singapore, so he'll be looking to bounce back after 2 race wins out of his first 4 races, I believe. But yeah, Jorrit, you would have to say he looks the odd one out on those ultras, and he looks like he's gonna, come out for one final dash at it. Kaz is just coming out now on, what's that? Hypersoft, so both Red Bulls on Hypers.
Those are also on Hypers, yeah. I think if you can, take them consistently, not doing anything stupid, you can easily drag them lap 10 if you want it. I think titles are not really here an issue, it really depends on your setup around here. So, it's gonna be very interesting. I think CXY he's now currently starting his lap time on his Hypersoft as well, so I think we maybe can expect a low 30s, Nick, but at 29s is a little bit more of the, maybe the Pinnacle and those Prestige tier.
Yeah, it's not too. A second cover the top 7 at the moment, and Jorrit's his time's on an ultra, so you have to say there's quite a bit of time to come from Jorrit, but the pressure is going to be on here for him. He's only going to get 1 lap, and if he backs out a second one.
Yeah, I think he gets 1 shot at it, or he has to leave out straight away. But I think Danestar, and I think he has to begin his lap. And CXY is coming currently to the 3rd sector. His lap looks okay-ish, but I think when the moments when you need to have like the most ERS, he doesn't show that, use it. and he goes very wide in those two corners, you know, where you need the most improvements, you know. If you're not having a good one here, all of your time will be lost. And out coming to the final corner, that's a very tricky corner to take, and I think he's gonna improve. Yeah, he will. 130.3.
So you were right, a low 30. That's probably his final lap, I imagine, isn't it?
I don't know. You can do another one, you know.
Yeah, he can do a slowdown lap, and then, but you're not sure. Oh, look at that! Buffy Dweller's is just coming out now.
I mean, the tire wear is not really a huge issue.
Danestar's on a lap. New PSN, as you mentioned, for this week. Jurek gets out of his way, so he's out as well on Hypers.
Oh my god, he goes very wide. I know he was. Oh no, he's on his out lap. And you have yellows in sector 2. That's.
I think that's Jurek just slowing down.
I think as well, yeah.
But Danestar on a move at the moment. Yeah, he's pushing. He's in hot lap mode on Urs. Hitting all his apexes. Putting that Red Bull exactly where he wants it to go. Be careful not to get on that curve too much.
Oh, he goes pretty wide there, but I think it's so far so good.
This will be his last lap, Sean, as well. Good last corner. What's it going to be? Only enough for third. 30.9.
You know, I thought he could have been way better. And CXY is also coming to the pit, so that is his time also over.
Yeah.
Boffitel is currently on the. No, he has to start.
He's just starting a lap. He's coming to the final corner now. You've also got Liam, who's just. Is he gonna have enough time? I don't think Liam's gonna have enough time. Liam's done this wrong. He's cutting all the corners to try and make it, but there's no way he's gonna have enough time. I think he's realised that.
That's gonna be close.
Ols is gonna be very close. He's got 20 seconds left.
Oh, he crashed! Holy shit! I just rode right aboard of him. He just hit the wall there. You know, very lightly, and then I think he hit something, you know, and he is completely crashed out of there.
Oh, Dog's gonna be very close. Is he gonna have enough time? I don't think.
I think he has. He has enough time. He definitely has enough time.
1, 2. Oh,
he has enough.
Just about. What about Jorit though? The man closest. He gets too much on the exit there. That's gonna cost him time. Is it better to back out of this lap and start on ultra soft? We'll have to wait and see.
I would not recommend that. He's hitting the ball a little bit, but still making the corner though.
He's gonna have to be rapid through this final sector here, Sean, if he wants to try and get in the top 5.
He goes very wide there. That is hurting his lap time. That's gonna hurt him.
Oh, and slides the car. I think.
If he can improve his lap time, that would be a miracle.
No. He backs out of it. So Jamie jumps up to 7th with that latest lap time. So we've got a Driller Dog, an Ols, and Buffy Dweller. So let's Buffy Dweller. What can he do? Can he steal this pole position on these Hypersoft tyres? He comes across the line. Nope, it doesn't improve. So we've got Ols, a Driller Dog, and
Dibberden's coming to the final. No, he's gonna back out.
Yeah.
Gentleman, also there.
Jonas only 10th.
Wow, that's. I find it very disappointing from Joe, actually.
That's the problem when you leave it so late. Adrenadox gained a lot on Ols this lap. I wonder if he got any slipstream from that, or if it actually hurt him with the front end. Gets turned in early. Ols doesn't. Did Ols improve?
No,
I think no, he stayed 5th. And what about Adrenadox?
He didn't improve as well. I think he just went into the pits actually.
No, Adrenadox crossed the line. He was behind Ols' car. But the question is, did he move up the order? He was in 4th, I believe, or no, he was in 6th. So I completely got that wrong. All right, Sean, I'll let you do the honors.
I always love that, you know. So CXY taking another pole position here with a great lap time here. Buffy Dweller in 2nd. Danestar just at the last minute in 3rd. Liam in 5th. Ols very good in 5th. Adwilladog 6th. Jamie in 7th. Jorrit in 8th on those Ultrasofts. Gesman 9th and Jones rounds off the top 10. Stevie G in 11th. D-Boy in 12th. YD in 13th and Bamboon J with a quali bench starting in last place.
We often see, it's technically not turn 1, it's turn 2, Sean.
It is not turn 1.
Yeah, it's because the kink is turn 1, but looks like completely dry to me. We'll let the drivers pick their strategies, decide their fuel, and we don't talk about this too much. Talk to me about fuel, Sean. What are the advantages and disadvantages of underfueling and overfueling the car on this game?
I think they are not really that much different, I think in terms of, when you want a little bit light in your car. I think on 2016, there was like a very big difference, when you underfuel your car or overfuel your car. That was like a big difference, but now on the 2017 and the 2018 game, it's not really that much difference, Whatever you want, gonna be -2 laps on fuel at the beginning or +5, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So that stays relatively the same as 2017, but I think for this track, you have to use a lot of rich mix. So I think guys will go for +4 laps on fuel.
Alrighty,
+5.
Our tier coordinator starts the lobby, so we'll wait for all the drivers to ready up. We do have a formation lap. Drivers want to warm those tyres up, or if they're running the the Hypersoft, probably not at all, but nevertheless, it's quite a few corners, so it's going to be a slow formation lap, and perhaps that will give us a chance to obviously check what tyre outside the top 10 are starting on. But let's look at the Constructors' battle, because Red Bull lead the way with 260 points, Ferrari are only 48 behind, and Mercedes are 42 behind, so 90 points, Sean, separate the top 3, and with 43 points available per team, per race, that one's definitely not over either.
Yeah, the Constructors is looking very, very tasty, just only 48 points. It's still up to play for, and still with Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari as well, I like that, just very tight Constructors fight, and also for the drivers as well, it makes that much more, entertainment,
I think Mercedes though are going to struggle with, the fact that Nick's missed last race and this race. And you got, but then what's interesting is you've got the Ferrari on pole on this one, Danestar in 3rd, and then Joritz in 8th in the sole Mercedes. But then the other Red Bull and the other Ferrari in 9th and 10th. So it's not like they're all in the top 5 at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see. Now everyone outside the top 10 are also going for the Hypersoft tires, Sean. So Joritz is the only driver to do the contour strategy here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't back out of that lap, even though he was very scuffed, I think he would still improve in his lap time, maybe even gain like maybe 2 or 3 positions, at best, It's still better than being in 8th place and then on those Ultra Stores, where he's the only one, So he needs to be long in this game, but he needs to make up those positions, very early on, otherwise that's gonna be like a very wasted, time of strategy, and also getting disqualified, nothing gonna be at the end of the race, and also, for Joy, that is, oh good lord, there we go.
They've had enough of warming their tyres up, obviously. Yeah. So, Baboon J, the final driver who will be lining up on the grid here tonight, his second race of One Hub Racing in the sole McLaren here tonight. So, into turn 1, let's hope he's careful and he can settle in and have a good race here tonight.
Yeah, in Singapore he was just, it's maybe rude I say, but that was just dreadful, just so, so rude, and not leaving space and just going full attack, when, that was not on, and that's what we're not liking here, also in one-up races, so hopefully he learned from that, and you have a clean race.
Alrighty, they're all lining up on the grid, it's a long run down. You can see the DRS sign, there's a kink there, there's a corner, that's turn 1. The first braking zone is in turn 2. It's a season 12, Sean, round 16 in Russia. Here we go for the podium tier, the 5 red lights are on, the engines are revving. And we're away, it doesn't look like CXY gets the best start, Buffy Driller gets a decent start, Danestar's already got a good start, then behind that, Adrilladoc's moved up 2 positions already, so the Renault not having the best start either at the moment.
Number 6.
And let's see. Yeah, George goes deep.
Oh, Jesus.
There's contact.
Oh.
There's a front wing damage. A Ferrari. Is that... No, that's Jonas who's down the back now because of that. Was any driver spinning there? So CXY leads away.
Oh, that's Joey getting a fight to stop going. There's no yellow flags. Wow.
So he might have overtaken a car that was spinning or something.
Oh,
so White Eagle is at the back.
CXY having the lead back. I don't know if Danestar. I don't know if Joey has front wing damage. You know, he came in like a torpedo there.
Yeah, he braked way too late, didn't he, for that second corner and caused a bit of mayhem.
I think he hasn't any front wing damage. I think.
I definitely saw some. It's either himself, the Renault of Liam, or a Driller Dock have damage definitely, because I saw carbon fiber fly up, and poor Driller Dock had such a good start, but found himself involved in that. As it looks like, I think George got damage.
I think he has. Oh my god,
he's struggling. Yeah, I think right end plate. Or is it?
As well. It's hard to tell actually.
It is.
It doesn't look like.
He's not coming in. Maybe he's just not comfortable on those tyres yet.
I think that is the case, you know. I don't see any front wing damage on
I don't see anyone pitting. Oh, a Driller Dock's definitely got right end plate damage. 100%.
Yeah, see?
So
all's already going to the pits. So yes, I think definitely front wing damage. And you can also put on a set of softs, and you can definitely take that to the end of the race. So yeah, so far it is pretty hectic, you know, with that torpedo dive bomb of Joado, but
he made it work for himself, didn't he?
Yeah, he loses so much ground right now. I think it's just the tires that needs to be warmed up, I think.
Yeah, the top three getting away quite quickly at the moment. So yeah, the only driver to stop on that one was Baboon J. He'll obviously pit for repairs, but tyre wise, yeah, he's gone on to the softs. So everyone else other than Jorit, this man we're on board with, on those hypers. And look at this, Liam's going to want to get past him here. Unfortunately, no DRS just yet until after we've completed 2 flying laps. And as we go, not the easiest place to overtake because of the kink on the braking zone, but Liam's going to go for it. Around the outside, can he make it stick?
No, he does not. And CXY already breaking the 1 second gap all the way to Bucket Dweller, so he's looking very comfortable right now, and Danes is now pretty much all over him.
Ols is all over a Driller Dock. D-Boy Dan's there too, as is Jamie, so the Driller Dock struggling with that wing damage. There's a Renault in the background, that's Stevie into the pits. Does he have damage? I'm not sure.
Yes. His left end plate looks very broken.
Alrighty, well, let's look at the gap between second. Yeah, Danestar's just got Buffy Dweller, so yeah, apologies you missed that one, but I imagine it was into turn 2.
Yeah, it was a very, you know, it was even on the straight, you know, so, and he was already 2/10 behind him, so he got very past easily there. George is now under the 2 seconds, so I think he may have found his rhythm back, but he looks so, he's going so right.
Gaza and Liam both got ahead of a Driller Dock down that straight, who is proving to be a mobile chicane here, as D-Boy Dan now wants through. I think perhaps pitting and going on those softs might be a better option for a Driller Dock, because he really is struggling now. He's got a lot of wing damage. That must be a red half of a front ring.
Definitely, that's. Oh, and yeah, D-Boy Dan getting penalty. Oh, Driller Dock losing the back end. He's still defending like. It's still up to play for, you know, but that front wing damage is just hurting him.
So you got Alls and Jamie here now. Are we going to see any team orders between these guys?
I don't know.
At the moment, no. Jonas gets himself a time penalty, so he's joined onto the back of these guys. He's got wing damage.
It's going to be a matter of time before everyone.
I believe he's got wing damage. It's really hard to tell on some of these wings, and look at this. Stevie gets ahead of Baboon J. Are we going to see anything into the heavy braking zone? Both drivers stopping for soft tyres.
Ooh, that is kissing there. Oh my god, what the fuck? Sorry for that, but sorry. I mean, that on my screen, Bomber J was straight on, and then all of a sudden he just went into a wall.
No, on my screen. Oh, he is lagging, isn't he? He lagged there.
He is lagging. That was very strange. Sorry for the swearing there, but that really confused me right there.
He's got wing damage again, so...
Yeah, he went straight on, and then all of a sudden he just drifting into a wall, and then he got wing damage.
On my screen, he hit the back of Stevie into the braking zone, so we don't know what's true, but Jorrit still holding off Liam at the moment for 4th position on those Hypersoft tyres.
He doesn't still look comfortable on those Ultras, you know. We are only 4 laps in, you know, so those tyres should be warmed up by now, but you know, it doesn't seem like it, in my opinion. So I don't know what's going on with Jorrit. And also Mark said like naughty Sean. Yes, I'm gonna be punished for that. Nick is gonna take care of that. So, and oh, Buffy Dweller, Jesus!
Big slide, big slide. Has he overheated those tyres already?
Oh,
he's gonna have to come in. Is he?
Yeah, that's early. Yeah.
That's for softs then, surely, or a 2-stop.
Yeah, Ultras. I mean, it was almost like Ken Block just joined the lobby. That went not well there. I think Adrenaline is still ahead of everyone there. So I think he's still not pitted. His front wing looks very broken. And Liam still at the back of George, you know, he still can't pass him, you know. Maybe here in the break, no, that's a little bit too ambitious. But right now, Nick, he looks so uncomfortable, Nick, George, on those Ultras. And there we go, he goes very wide there. And I think he needs to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Alrighty, well, as we head towards on lap 5, CXY heading towards lap 6, and Danestar, so I was just going to say, Danestar is really closed up, so
I don't know
has he heard our words? The thought of bottling his championship is driving him forward right now, as is his DRS, I'm sure.
I'm always just saving his tires, CXY, you know.
CXY struggling with this sector is the one you struggle with when your tires are overheating.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't seem to be, you know. Oh my god, that is a big slide there. He needs.
Danestar, is he going to get past him here?
Yeah, I think he should pitting on this lap, you know, or lap he should have pit on, and you know, just putting on a nice set of ultras, because then you can make the undercut work.
Are we going to see a repass here at all between the Ferrari,
you know,
man?
I mean, Danestar always has like very high downforce on the straight, so he's always losing there. But I think CX5, yeah, he thinks better of it. I think the best for him right now is just to pit on this lap instead of ultras.
Liam still can't get past at the moment.
Double J getting a time penalty. Oh, he looks slidey there, all over the place. CX5.
Ols on a drill dock. Ols gets the job done. A drill dock, I think, goes deep there, unless there was some sort of contact. Not too sure, but Ols up into 6th position now. So we're on lap 6. Beautiful helicopter shot here of the Force India, the damaged Force India, it has to be said. Sean?
It has definitely been said. Yeah, he should have. Yeah, I think he just wants to stay out, you know, just to get on those ultras, I think. But it is just really hurting your chances, you know. You know, because you're losing so much pace, you know, and that's not really what you want.
Jamie's on the back of D-Boy Dan. We saw these boys race in Singapore for a race-long battle, and Buffy Toiler gave himself a penalty. He's gone on the ultra soft tires, so he'll be 2-stopping this race for sure, Sean.
You can make it though, but that's gonna be a very hard task. CX5 is definitely coming into the pits right now, because he's just sliding all over the place like Ken Borg has just made into the lobby. And, you know, he's still gonna stay out there. I mean, that's interesting.
Jamie looking, isn't able to. He has a look on D-Boy Dan, not the best place to overtake. But if he smells an opportunity, I'm sure he will take it.
Is in the pits.
Yeah, so he'll be going on to softs probably to the end, I imagine. Too far to stretch ultras, maybe. Do you reckon?
Ultras. You can stretch those ultras. Yeah, he's going for that. No, yeah.
Alrighty, so.
Oh my god! Oh, sorry to interrupt that, but Six were almost losing it there and almost bringing it into the wall there.
Jurek goes wide. Liam's going to have a run here, but the corner's going to come sooner than he'd like.
Oh, look at this.
Those ultras should now be coming into play a bit more than the hypers, you would think.
Actually, yeah. But seems like it's not really happening.
Liam's still got that Renault under control, it seems. I don't know, commentators curse him because that's where I spun last time I raced around Russia.
Oh, the commentators. Oh, look at that, you know, he already dropped a lot now right next to his right. And I think George, yeah, I don't know, if he stays out too long, you know, I don't know if he can make up the gap back, but...
Do you think George will try and go all the way until about lap 20 maybe and fit the hypers?
I think so, yeah. I think he needs to actually.
Oh, look at CXY struggling.
Go to the
It's not coming, it's not coming.
That's just dumb, you know. You know, he can pit in, you know, and make the undercut work, you know, without a doubt.
Well, this is just... Sean, he's either gonna prove us wrong or lose some time, but look at this. Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's even sliding in the straights there.
Liam, poor Liam has to wait there. Oh, Jurek goes wide. Now Liam's going to get the run on both of them. Liam's going to go down the inside of turn 3.
Oh,
can he make this stick?
Oh, CXY, yeah, that's what happened. I told you.
It's lost off his wing. Yeah, and look at that, Liam's got the job done. Is Jurek going to try on the inside? Jurek goes through. Liam's going to do the switch back.
Oh, he just... oh, he's still... Oh, there's a little bit of a touch.
Oh
my god, oh my god.
Jurek saves the car and Liam lets him back through. I think Liam let that.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just had a full heart attack there. Jesus.
D-Boy Dan's right on the back of Jonas as well. So we'll have to keep an eye on both of these. But what can Liam do here? Heads down with a full flap open on the rear wing. Brakes on the outside. Jurek keeps getting the inside line, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gazzaman gets past CXY, who'll be coming in for repairs.
No doubt.
The field isn't actually that far apart, Sean.
No, it's actually, apart from White Eagle, who's 17 seconds down, but still, it looks very close. And now CXY finally comes into the pits, which I told him to 2 laps ago, but... And oh, wow, stop go, wait, hold on here.
Yeah, those penalties are those are the glitch penalties.
Yeah, he's gonna get removed that, I think.
Yeah, if as evidence is provided to stewards, they will remove that, Sean. As long as there's no safety car, of course. So Liam's gonna get a proper run here.
Wait,
but will he? Yeah, he can still.
5 seconds.
Oh, Liam cuts the inside of turn 3, loses all the momentum, almost loses the car.
Oh, wow. Almost did a CXY there. Jeez.
CXY is going to come out behind Buffy Dweller.
Yeah, maybe even behind White Eagle.
Yeah, both of them, and the Driller Dock. So Driller Dock got wing damage, kept with it for a few laps. CXY has lost out big time there with that penalty, and Liam looking down the inside, both giving each other room just about.
Great racing right there, you know, just right down to the bone. I like that. Can I get DRS here right now? I think he should have made this. He's going to make this stick, I think.
He's got to get the inside at some point because that's what Jorah keeps going for, and he keeps working for him. Now he's going for the outside. Oh, they touch.
Oh, they're hitting each other a little bit.
No room.
Oh, it's still fair though. I think it's hard, fair racing. It is just.
I agree. Buffy does just go past Jamie down the straight. So what's Liam's going in? So Liam's had enough of this. Dane Star as well, your race leader. Gazza up to 3rd. So Gazza can't pit this lap, of course, because his teammate's in. Well, he can, but they'd have to lose some time stacking. So Jorek finally gets the lead that he probably wanted. He was waiting for everyone to come in. Yeah, Jonas continues on. Jamie continues on. So where is Danestar going to come out in relative to Buffy Dweller? Buffy Dweller's got ahead big time, so Danestar is at the back of those.
Yes, why not even come down to the final corner?
It's going to get past White Eagle here. Yeah.
Yeah. That's for 11th place. Yeah, very, you know, a bad decision to stay out that extra 2 laps longer, you know, and you know, and it paid itself the price to go for a broken front wing.
D-Boy Dan's having a good race up in 4th position at the moment, kept it out of trouble, and he's holding on to the Ferrari of Jonas.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with him, you know. He keeps it consistent though. I think he also has, I think, a penalty, but it is expected, but he's doing very well right here, you know. I'm impressed. Hopefully he gets a good result here.
Liam getting some coaching on overtaking from Hello Sadie in the chat. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And of course, give us a like. But under attack now, D-Boy Dan is from Boffy Dweller, who we think is... Do we think Boffy Dweller's 2-stopping? He did pit early.
I think just one stop. He can do one stop it, but I highly doubt he's going to go for that. You know, he's so
Jonas is in.
Now CXY is coming now to the 3rd sector. Now I think he can make it, you know, to pass his teammates.
Gaz is in as well, as is Jamie. Boffy Dweller pulls out of slipstream.
Ring actually. Wow.
Oh, D-Boy Dan tries to hang around the outside, doesn't have the grip or the racing line, has to back out of it, loses himself a bit of time there. Oh, look at this, Gaza and CXY.
No, that's clear.
CXY has the extra momentum, the extra speed coming down the straight. Jonas is going to come out just behind White Eagle, I believe. Jamie just ahead. Oh, and yes. Jonas doesn't wait long. CXY has a bit of a moment on the exit there, I think.
I think he had a little bit, yeah. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm actually curious about what Jordan's gonna do, you know, because he started on those ultras, you know, and normally you want to be on the tires right now, but because he started on that, you know, or he needs to pit now and go for soft, which is highly unlikely, or just go.
I think he'll go long. I think he'll go long on these tires and try and go to hypers on around lap 19.
But that's the thing, you know, the undercut is so powerful, you know, around here, you know. I know if it's even worth, you know, to go on those hypers, you know, because I think you're gonna not make that ground barrier.
Well, Dane starts closing in on D-Boy Dan, who's in the pits. So he gets that, so we'll have to see whether that was the glitch one. Look at this.
That's the glitch one, that was corner coupling.
Stevie's just got ahead of White Eagle, and Jonas is on the back of Jamie, so this could be a tasty one as they head down the straight.
D-Boy Dan is glitched, I think, on my screen.
Yeah, he's just about to exit the pit now.
He still is in the pit lane by me. Okay, that's... Okay, yeah.
Alrighty, Jonas can't get the job done here. Jamie holds him off down that straight. Jonas gets himself a time penalty. You said they would come into play. D-Boy Dan is just exiting the pits now, so he's the last person to stop from those Hypersoft tyres. So he's got the freshest Ultra Softs to the end of the race.
He has indeed the freshest, but you know, because he pitted late, you know, and everyone is, you know, undercutting, you know, it's gonna be a task for him, you know, he's to push extra hard. But
what's going to be interesting, Sean, is that Boffy Dweller is on the oldest Ultra Soft tyre out of the, you know, the entire field, other than Baboon J. So that gap isn't decreasing. So Jorrit is keeping that gap over 12 seconds. Now, if the guys behind, like Danestar, do catch Boffy Dweller, are we going to, is that going to play into Jorrit's hand if they start battling and holding each other up?
I think it's...
Oh, here comes Jonas and Jamie. No, not close enough. Back with Danestar and Boffy Dweller heading down the start-finish straight into turn 2.
Is he going for it?
Boffy Dweller doesn't really fight that. He doesn't look like he wanted to, but then he decides, I will, actually.
Yeah, so he's gonna have the inside, but I think the outside will have you a little bit of better grip.
Oh, down the inside.
It's not working.
Boffy Dweller keeps the position.
Yeah, but then gets the time penalty. So now they're fighting actually, and we know Boffy Dweller is an aggressive one, so I think this is now coming to a hand for Jorrit, but Let's see, oh, he's still sticking behind there. CXY getting his type. Oh, Buffy Dweller, wait, excuse me. Oh, he crashed there in the pit lane. Not pit lane.
No.
On the corner
No.
there, he hit the wall.
Just before the start-finish straight. So, he is out of this race. Will we see any sort of safety car, virtual safety car?
Nope.
It's anyone's guess, really. Jamie and Jonas, you can see his car there on the outside.
And both of them have that distance. Yeah, I don't expect it. And meanwhile, Danestar is, closing out. I think this one has to be a thing from Danestar, I think. In my opinion, Jones gets ahead of Jamie, I think. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's move done and dusted. Although Jamie is.
He's right on the back of Olds there.
It's Ferrari versus House on both occasions. Jonas gets himself a penalty. Can't decide which way he wants to go.
I think it's gonna be. Oh, Olds gonna be very late there. Oh Jesus! But
CXY goes around the outside. That was a good move and a half.
That was impressive. Let's see. Gazman is also closing on to Adrilladok. It's now pretty old on those ultras, but it should make it to the end. I presume. They were then passing Stevie G. Yeah. He's the only one on softs actually.
Yeah, Stevie G will be going to the end on those soft tyres. CXY having a little wobble there. So it looks today like CXY perhaps doesn't seem as comfortable in that Ferrari.
No.
Do you know what? Has the front? Yeah, the front wing has been fixed of a drill dot. It looked for a second there like he still had damage, but Gaz is all over the back of him now. So are we going to see the Red Bull attack the Force India? DRS is. Gazza isn't using DRS for some reason. Is it broken, perhaps?
I saw him using on my screen, but I think it's gonna be the lovely Codemasters work there. So still holds on there, and Danestar is just closing now like an absolute animal to draw it. If I was him, I would just make that bold move and just go now for those hypers. I would go for it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Gazza gets himself a time penalty. Is he gonna use DRS this time around? Yes, he is. But he's a little bit further back than he'd like, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a little bit too far. Oh, he closes right down to the braking point there. So it's not really closing up that much. I think that's Babun J, I think now getting a lap there. And also getting himself a time penalty as for Babun J. It looks, not really having the best race. Having that front wing damage and also pitting again because of the lag incident. So I think there's also, he's looked very laggy on my screen, Nick. I don't know about you, but Babun J looks really laggy.
I'll have to look in a sec. I'm fixated on Gazza.
Look what I said. Jordan to the pits.
So he's gambling it. And look at this, Gazza down the inside. Adrodot gives him plenty of room. Gazza gives him just enough room. And Gazza, that looked like a storming overtake there. Well done to him for that one. Adrodot just behind though. Can he hold on? Where is Jorik going to come out? That is the important thing. And how quick is he going to be?
I think he's gonna be in front of Jonas. That's the main thing. I mean, he's now on fresh hypers. He can definitely make that to the end though.
Yeah, he's gonna be quick as well. He's gonna be quick over this final stint. I think a podium could be his best bet here tonight though.
He's now 21 seconds behind Danestar though. Although, it's gonna be tricky. In my opinion, that's going to be very tricky. Yeah, and Willo's still staying there in DRS though, range of Gazman. But I think, yeah, the field is now a little bit spread up now. And yeah, I haven't thought that Deza would be leading right now, and then having CXY and George having now a pretty bad race, I think. I never expected from the two title fighters.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one because CXY got pole position, but seemingly, you know, he wasn't really that comfortable on those hypersoft tires, and you told him to pit, he didn't, and he ended up with wing damage, so that's really compromised his race here tonight. But Adriladoc has been recovering from that incident early on with Jorit, so I imagine he won't be too kind to let the Mercedes man behind through.
Nah, that's gonna be for the one for the stewards, I think. I mean, he's already closed up right down to Adriladoc. Already in DRS range, so that didn't take him too long. And yeah, I mean, I think that's why CXY I think lost that race, you know, just staying out too long on those hypers. You know, if that didn't happen, you know, I think he would maybe still be behind Deza, because Deza had like a far more better pace than CXY, but it would be much more closer, I think. But who am I to judge? Meanwhile, oh wow, Jorit just, you know, just licked this, yeah, I don't know the quote from Danny Ricciardo more, but
lick the stamp and sent it is what you're looking for.
Lick the stamp and send it. Yeah. Jeez, how do you not comment that? Anyway, he's now close to DRS range now. No, he's not getting DRS of Gasman, but he didn't waste any time on Adriladoc, and just, oh Jesus, that looked like there by Baboon J. That was like almost like a full stop.
Let's hope the McLaren driver gets swiftly out the way. Gaza had to do recovery drive.
He's holding him up. Oh my. That's. Oh my. Ooh, that. I don't know about you, Nick, but that looks.
Yeah, he needs to move
very laggy
out of the way.
He looks very laggy, Nick. I mean, it almost caused an incident with Gasman, and meanwhile, George has passed him already.
Yeah, George took well advantage of that, and he's now got clean air. Adriladoc gets himself a time penalty.
Also, I think Liam just closed down a little bit right now on Deza, but the gap's relatively the same, I presume. So, yeah, Adriladoc still within striking range of Gasman, you know, they're literally almost the whole race, you know, sticking down with each other.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, that's now currently our main battle actually now, right now for 6th place now between Gasman and Adriladoc, who had this, of course, his moment, you know, in Hungary. That great performance where he held up CXY, you know, for almost like the stats. I think it was the medium sit, I believe.
Yeah, and did he win? He won. Was it Spa? He won afterwards as well.
I think he won Spa afterwards as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So those were his two wins in a row.
And after that, you know, now he has like a little bit of a bad race, but I think he also joined very late. You know, I think it was also in France, I believe, or just like earlier. I don't know. And George, wow, George already closing out to Ulf right now. That took him really that long, actually.
The only thing he needs to be careful is not to burn these hypers out. You know, he just does. Yeah. He does. You know, what's that? 8-9 laps he's got on them.
Here we go. I think Ulf's gonna go defend this, I think, or not? No, he's gonna let this one go through. So and now can George right down, just closing down on CXY, I think. And he's currently closing up on Liam, but I think for the win it's very impossible.
Yeah, I think the win is definitely out of question. You have to say, Gainsborough's got this, and you know, Liam, he's done a good job as well in 2nd place. He was stuck behind Jorit for, you know, the first part of the race, but yeah, it's been a
still on the
very
wall, though.
Yeah.
I'm impressed actually. Actually very impressed with him. And also he's still sticking down to it, to George, but I think, yeah, I think with tire difference wise, I think he's gonna let back off. I think still Oldham's in, not Oldham's. Why Oldham's in this podium tier? Completely disgraced. Anyway, I think also, you know, still with the top 5, you know, I think that's also, you know, a pretty decent race for him. Still
Yeah, definitely.
And, yeah. And, you know, Jamie, yeah, 9, it's a really quiet race for him. You know, not really having overtakes, you know, everything, you know, just a very quiet race for him. And I think he should be happy that he gets points again. And, you know, D-Boy Dan, I thought he would be a little bit better, Nick, but, you know, since that he pitted so late, you know, on those hypers, you know, I think that costed him, I think. Because
he's in
really
10th position at the moment, and Jamie, who, you know, he was comfortably ahead of, has undercut him quite comfortably himself. So, yeah, All's holding on to the back. This train is, you know, I wonder if they're going to come close, but CXY is closing in on Liam as well, so, you know,
Liam's
that final
closed down a little bit on
James, so yeah, a few attempts.
But is that enough? But I think not. Incomplete, honestly, but oh shit. Anyway, all, you know, he's still, oh, but I guess it's not a penalty. I think he's almost close to disqualification, I think. I mean, that's just almost like 5 penalties there.
Yeah, he's surely racking him up.
And 6 right now closing a little bit, and yeah, George is not really closing also that much on CXY. Yellow's in sector 2 actually, but they are quickly cleared, so I think someone has just
toying with us.
I think for this moment.
Baboon J getting out of the way of CXY, I think that is. No, Jonas, that must be.
Was it Jonas? Yeah,
yeah, because CXY is starting another lap.
I think he's gonna get, yeah, it's just in DRS zone. And maybe he doesn't use DRS on my screen actually. Finally, but yeah, he's now losing a little bit of ground data, but I think he should get this in the back, I think. I think
what do you reckon about Liam and CXY? Liam will want to give that up. He was kicked off the podium last week.
I think
yellow flags in sector 3.
That's for, I think it's just for maybe for Bamboo J, you know, maybe White Eagle, maybe letting drivers through, I think. And meanwhile, Jordan has already given up, you know, looks like it. The gap's already increased to 9 seconds there, so I think he already burned off his tires, I think. I think that's gonna be an opportunity again for Olsen, just to reclaim that 4th place again. And Stevie G spitting actually for a set of, oh, maybe that's the yellow flags for. He has also a broken front wing.
Look at this, CXY is hounding his teammate Liam in the sister Renault. So contrasting fortunes here tonight for the car in yellow, but the car in red is absolutely on it. But you have to wonder if you know, CXY, perhaps he's gonna struggle in the closing stages of this stint as well. But Liam lets him through. Was that?
That's for DRS. That's definitely for DRS. That can't be. That's definitely DRS. But if that is, you know, I mean, that's a really bad decision then, because he doesn't go for that. So not really the smartest move I ever seen one. And yeah, Steve G pitted for Ultras. I don't know why actually, because he could have stayed out the whole race actually on softs, but he had a front wing damage as well. As I look also down to the comments for someone, we want a safety car by Sadie, you know, but I think it's really out of the question unless someone has to leave the lobby.
Yeah, I think you have to crash and leave the lobby or something like that. I
mean,
our Pinnacle tier, by the way, is slightly delayed. Some PSN issues are meaning that they're unable to just start just yet, but they are just getting everyone, apparently some PSN issues, so they're just getting all the drivers who should be attending into the lobby, and they will get underway very shortly. And look at this, Liam riding on board with this battle. Liam gets really close to the Ferrari. Gaz is really close to Ols now as well, so I wonder if we're going to see some late lunges here late on in Russia. Stevie's right on the back of White Eagle. Let's see whether he's going to, down turn 2. Who gets DRS? Stevie does. This should be a straightforward pass for Stevie.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, I think White Eagle is also struggling on those ultras, you know. He was already drifting like mad, and yeah, and Jordan has definitely given up, I think. His tires are now completely gone, I think. I think he just pushed way too hard. And Baboon J gets another penalty there. I think that's close to disqualification.
Yeah, definitely. He's sure racking him up.
7 penalties, I mean, I'm impressed. Meanwhile, Liam's still at the back of...
he hasn't dropped off, has he?
No, he hasn't really that dropped off, although 6Y is closing down on Dainstar though. And all still in a fight for Gazman, which Gazman still hasn't passed him. And I think, yeah, that's only the real battles right now at the moment. Let's see, Liam now is way too far back, but so Gazman, you know, a little bit close to old, but again, you know, just way too far back. And also he needs to wait for the non-DRS race at the start-finish straight. I think it's almost like a kilometer long, I think, that's straight there, so. And meanwhile, Liam, I think he dropped off a little bit right there. The gap was like almost within half a second. But I guess now not anymore. And meanwhile, Gaza is now much closer to the back of all, so I think this is gonna be a pass. I think, yeah, he's now right up, but I think Ols is gonna defend this. He's gonna a little bit aggressive. Yeah, Gazman looks.
Gaza's gonna get a great run here, and you have to say.
I think
job done.
Yeah.
Up into 4th position for Red Bull, so looks like Red Bull could be striking back. Is Ol's going to strike back here though? No, Gaza covers the inside.
Ooh.
Cuts the corner slightly. I think he'll get away with that one though.
Yeah, I think he stood a little bit too late, too early, and then realized he need to back off a little bit. And yellow's is sector 2. That's for White Eagle. I think, yeah. Or you let Dainstar through, or he had a. Or he spun around, I don't know. But that's the cause. And also, you know, I think he still haven't dropped off. Don't have a DRS. And yellow sector 3. That's 4. No, again. Liam has definitely dropped off right here. But I think he's gonna get the DRS, I think. No, wait. And also yellow flag again for Bamboo J, letting the lead drivers go through. And also, Nick, the gap is definitely decreasing right now. With CXY and Dainstar, it's now under 3 seconds.
It is rapidly decreasing. Perhaps Dainstar's made a mistake. Jamie and Ols make a...
Oh, wait! Wait, what? He spun rounds.
Parked in a dangerous location. Maybe he's tried to recover it and the game's...
Yeah, that's unlucky. That's unlucky for Ols there. He's running in such a good position, you know.
Yeah, so he's got wing damage, so he must have made some sort of mistake and then tried to recover the car and the game's invalidated him.
That's very harsh in my opinion. That's very harsh.
Well, we'll keep an eye on this one. CXY is holding off Liam, chasing down Dainstar. Do you think he can recover this? You know, it would be a great feat if he was able to.
I think so. It's still closing down, you know, and Dainstar is very low on fuel as well there.
Oh, Ol's just saying his wheel just broke.
His wheel broke. Oh, I've never seen that before. Mid-race. Normally your wheel doesn't, yeah. I heard that from many people, you know, just that, I don't know if he has a Trustmaster wheel or a Logitech wheel, but, you know, they always break down, you know, in the middle of the race. Yeah, this is quite common, actually.
Well, that's an expensive one for Ols now. He'll have to revert to the controller if he can't get that fixed, but penultimate lap, Sean. Danestar leads. It'll be the first time he's extending this lead since Germany. Round 11 was that, I believe, or round 10?
Yes,
round 11?
I think it was round 11, I think.
Yeah, so, and before that it would have been round 7, I think, so it's been a while since he,
That's a long time ago.
He answers his critics pretty well, you have to say. Liam on the podium at the moment as well. Buffy Dweller and Ols, the two drivers so far not to finish this race. CXY is looking like the rear of that car wants to go everywhere.
Yeah, he's going all over the place, but the gap is still 2 seconds. He needs to pull something out of the bag. It's 1.3, but I think that's too late, I think.
Unless he can, you know, Danestar's going to be pretty nervous, but unless he can do something miraculously.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be tough. It's 1.1. I don't know, it's also going to be decided by penalties. That's also the thing. So I'm curious how that's going to shake up. Oh, look at this CXY and both Danestar in the indicator shows that they have very low fuel on board, so may even indicate that the driver is getting out of fuel. That's maybe
that would be something, wouldn't it, if one of them wasn't able to cross the line at full speed.
Oh, look at this, it's now... No, 8-10. This is going to be close. I think CXY needed one more lap, I think.
That wing damage really cost him then, didn't it?
Yeah,
Dibodine gets himself a time penalty.
You know, he stayed out too long on those hypers.
Well, here we come. Let's ride on board with Danestar. 1 corner to go. His first win since Germany. Takes the lead again of the the race results here in Russia. CXY finishes behind in second with penalties, it looks like. Liam finishes in third. Jorik comes across the line to recover to fourth position. Gaza is going to come across the line to finish in fifth. Aduladoc all cross in sixth position. No, fifth. No, they switched. Gaza just loses it by half a tenth.
51,000. Jonas 7th.
Jamie's not too far behind. A good race for him, you have to say. Showed some consistent pace here tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, but very lonely race in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
As well. Dibodine, disappointed, you know. He could have made that Ultra stint much better, but still 9th place though. And Steve G running up the top 10.
There we have it. White Eagle finished the race a lap down. Stevie G, the last driver who's going to be crossing the line. Buffy Dweller and Ols crashed out of this one, but Danestar bites back.
I think he decreases gap to Joe by 13 points, I believe. So now the gap is now back to 46. Already a lot more. It's now with 5 A's to go, Nick. I think it's going to be a very tasty battle.
It definitely is. Tasty indeed. Speaking of taste, I imagine Danestar's going to enjoy that champagne on the top step.
And even X-Melody celebrated Danestar's victory. I mean, That says something.
We'll bring you the official confirmation, the unofficial official we should say. Of course, stewards' results could play an impact on the final race results, but we'll have to wait and see about that. The Red Bull boys are happy. They extend their championship lead on both championships. Sean, I will let you run us through the official confirmation of tonight's results for now.
With much pleasure. So Danestar having the win and also having 0 penalties, so chops to him. And CXY, still a good recovery drive, but I think he ruined his chance to get a win by staying out too long. Liam in third, again another good performance by him and showing some very good consistency. And Jordan in fourth, very disappointed. You know, just didn't have quite the pace on those ultras. Advillador in fifth, Gazerman in sixth, Jonas in seventh, Jamie, very decent job, 8th place. The D-Boy then 9th, and running up your top 10 is Stevie G with 1 single point in 10th place, White Eagle 11th, Bamboo J 12th, and your retirements were Boris the Dweller crashing out and also getting disqualified because his wheel was apparently broken midway.
Alrighty, well, our Pinnacle tier is live now. You've got Kieran and Luke in the commentary box. Luke making his debut at One Hub Racing, so best of luck to them both. Hope you enjoy Russia. It's dry at the moment, and they are 5 minutes into qualifying. Apologies for the late starting of that session, but it's underway nevertheless. Sean looks like you could be commentating on the Prestige tier tonight. I don't know if you've seen the commentators chat, but I thought you'd be happy with that one. So Alex can't make it. Jack is waiting there, ready to start at 9 p.m. Sean will be joining him in the commentary box, and you can see our top drivers at One Hub Racing go head-to-head around the Sochi track, the Olympic Park here in Russia. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. Danestar and Red Bull, they extend their championship lead, but with 5 races to go, is it over or is it still to continue? Sean, thank you for joining me in the commentary box. Thank you all for watching.
As always.
Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.
Goodbye.